Okay. I was not expecting the last chapter to be like 2 hours long.
Part 2. Azure Moon. Verdant Rain Moon.
Are we going to do that? She
Oath
kills
of the
herself with a
dagger.
dagger at the end. No, because she has too much conviction for that. I don't know.
After storming the streets of Enbar and bringing Imperial forces to their knees, the Kingdom army surrounds the Imperial Palace. But the enemy that awaits them there is not the Edelgard they once knew.
Clearly not. She has now demon powers of some kind, somehow. That's apparently something they can do in this game. I mean, they can turn people into beasts and demons, I suppose. With crest stones.
We have annihilated Enbar's army. If we strike her down now, this war will finally be over. I imagine she intends to keep fighting until the bitter end. If this is the end she has chosen, it is my responsibility to see it through with her. Isn't that so, Emperor of Adrestia? We have no choice but to destroy each other. Such is the destiny we were born to. That is why I will now rise up to answer her iron will with the bite of my lance.
I will protect you at all costs. We will both live to see tomorrow. Your Majesty.
If the king falls here, that would mean my father's and brother's deaths were in vain. Torlanato, Kristoff, everyone, I will not lose.
Well, if I were to die now, I'd have a lot to explain to my brother.
All will be okay. I know we can win. I won't falter, no matter who we're facing. For all those who have lost their lives in this war, we cannot lose.
It is time. Onward to our final battle.
They are here, but my progress cannot be
Okay.
stopped. No matter how many people try, the war's end will spell destruction for one of us. There can only
But why though?
be one ruler of the world.
But yeah, but why though? Did she think she needed to do that to win? Am I going to fight her? She gets control of a vague demon side and kills herself with a dagger, maybe? I'm not looking forward to killing her again. Less so if her character and personality is not the same, but... Ah, this map. I'm not a particular fan of this map. Oh. That makes sense. She has got the Crest of Flames power. Understandable. It corrupted herself with the Crest of Flames sort of thing. Yeah, this one here, right? Sick game. Yeah. You can take 2 actions in 1 turn. I'm glad I noticed that. Alright, so what I'm going to do... The first thing I'm going to do is give Bro a better axe. Because the steel axe sucks. I don't have a better axe. Okay, let's get one. Bye. Silver.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
Inventory. Bro. Equip. Can I make it an axe +1? Blacksmith. Forge. I can. I'll get an extra 1 damage.
Is that the one?
Sure.
Thanks a bunch.
I'll do. Right, so I was not expecting her to turn into some sort of giant creature, but the Crest of Flames power, it does vaguely make sense, I suppose, in the grand scheme. So what we got? What's the objective? Is it just beat her? Right. There's 3 chests, so that means you're going that way. Is there any units I actually care about on this map? I'm not digging the super design change though. I mean, I understand sort of it, but if she's trying to take over the kingdom, she can't do it in that form, surely.
Edelgard must be in the throne room. I would love nothing more than to charge in and settle this once and for all. But we must be mindful of the surrounding forces.
Strange. The mages don't seem to be wearing their usual Imperial uniforms.
We cannot allow our grand ambition to be stopped by these beasts.
He has a name. Who are you? You have infinite magic. Oh, you're... I know, you're those who slither in the dark, douche. 3 to 10 range and knocks you to 1 health. Oh, that's disgusting. How dare you? I am not a fan of you. I mean, I could ignore him the entire game. Unless he moves. Alright, let's go. Make a start.
I'd be honored.
Because presumably if Dimitri fell last chapter, last section, I wouldn't be able to use him in this map, would I? But it was good that I went back to save him. And it'd be nice if he and Bro, and not the ones, well, I don't know which one I'm going to use to do the final blow. Probably Dimitri, because it's more towards his plot and his story.
I can.
Ready when you are.
So you go this way. Yeah, I really should have kept. I can't put you up that way. You need
What's my
better
strategy?
weapons.
Much needed.
Get that back. Because he's got the sword of the creator on, I can't leave that on. Nope, this. Oh, you got better damage. Now use this. How do I defeat this guy? He's gonna be a bit of a pain in the ass. It means basically sacrificing units, and I'd rather not do that.
Leave it to me.
Ready when you are.
I'll cut through.
If he does run over here, though, I should be able to kill him easy enough.
You shall be obliterated. I will take you out so fast you will not have a chance to lament.
Close one.
Where did that attack come from? If we do not find out, we have no chance of avoiding it.
You just did, though.
We're in danger. Advance with caution.
Face.
Watch and learn.
Yeah, Bro and Dimitri should be able to clean up these people easily enough. Where'd it go flying? Get out of my game. I'm not going to be skipping turns because this is the final battle. What's this? Right, so he's there. I can technically hit him from here with a net, I believe. My archer boy. How do I get there? I've got a plan.
Guide me well.
Probably not going to work, but I have a plan.
I'd be honored.
Talisman is res, right? Yes. Good, we need that.
Onward.
There you go, flying. Wow. Yeah, she has no sword skill. Doesn't matter, she has mage skill. But she does have sword skill, she just doesn't have... She's only got 18 strength, not 36. Like my others to have. Alright, so...
I'm your girl.
My plan is to get both Flame and a net here, net run over, a dance, and potentially hit him. I don't think it'll kill him though.
What's the plan?
Let me make sure. His range specifically is not one I want to get into.
At your service.
Thanks so much.
Look a little. We not throw anything over this wall. Do you have a throwing weapon? No. Can't move.
For now, you make me feel safe.
Yeah, that guy over there is a humongous threat. Edelgard has like infinite range? 1 to 27 range.
I am prepared.
I wasn't expecting 1 to 27 range. Suppose you can just stay there. If I run bro there, he should be able to wipe out them. I want to do it fairly fast. I'll send him here instead.
I can hear voices from the lower levels. Could it be enemy reinforcements?
Maybe if we take control of those stairwells now, we can prevent reinforcements.
Stairwells, you say? Where are those? These? I'm not going to be able to get to them anytime soon.
Saw it coming.
Watch and learn.
I will single-handedly defeat this whole map with just Bro and Dimitri. But they have some range. I just want to make sure I don't go into this guy's range. Right. down quite far. Can't kill him though. Mercedes can. That's that bit cleared. I put a net there.
Quite helpful.
Just with that heal. Then Flynn can downstairs. Ooh, I just remembered. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Bro can do it, right? This Bro can attack at every range.
I must pull through.
I could just put Bro there, knock him to 1 health. Well, Bro would lose a lot of health, but that guy would most likely be killed. I say most likely because I have absolutely no clue if it will work, but... he's going to be attacked from every single range in the world there. Shall I put it to a test? I need to kill that guy over there. If this doesn't work, I can just take the turn back, so that's not too bad. Or convoluted stratagems. Who's Edelgard hitting? Do we know? Yeah, well. Alright, send us people up here too. Got a nice good use of the silver left. Send him some backup. Get these chests. Elixir. That's useful. I want to put you right there. Let's see if this works.
I'll take you down here and now, for the sake of the new dawn. A curse upon those damned beasts.
And that's how it's done.
Myson! Everyone retreat! We cannot sacrifice our goal!
Oh, so defeating him removes all the those who slither in the dark mages.
So they weren't Imperial troops after all.
Stop yammering.
That'll do. That'll do indeed.
Forgive me. My battle ends here.
Wait, what killed you? Right. So that does work. Well, I'll just wait a turn.
I'm your girl.
No problem waiting a turn. Now I know that works. Because I can also make him out of range by moving down here. But for now, we'll go down here.
Ready when you are.
So,
I'll cut through.
we know that works and we can defeat him next turn. It was the annoying mages up top that we couldn't defeat. That had the long-range magic skills. It's fine.
Saw it coming.
I think let's just skip that, right? Yeah. So Dimitri's low in health, but we can just do this.
Thanks for that.
And we'll send up
Onward.
Lane to attack this. No, we won't. It's resistant to magic. You can, though. That's fine. We'll slowly pick away at them. Energy drop. That is useful. But not as useful as the talisman right now. Ingrid should be strong enough. That's a nice chunk of damage. Now Flame should be okay. You could probably kill that right now, right?
Leave it to me.
What's my strategy?
I'll crush them all.
At your service.
I can't leave you there. You need to run up to potentially heal people.
Quite helpful.
Alright, go. Let's see how this works. The long-range ones that need to die. And then I can defeat Myson, send him away. That'll vastly reduce their forces.
Too slow.
That's a lot of damage. Surely if he stands there now. Ballista lady. Alright, let's see what we can do. That's fine. Death coming up. How strong are these? They'll have Ragnarok. It's just that this person has to die. Person on the ballista.
So, that grotesque creature was Edelgard. If she is prepared to transform her very body to fight for this future of hers, then I have no choice but to defeat her, even if it costs me my life. We must defend the present.
Yeah.
It's fine, right. send Dimitri up. We'll send Ingrid up. Drop a little. Like, is that mage really strong enough to kill Seteth? I wouldn't imagine so.
Why, thank you.
What's the plan?
That'd lure him to attack. And he does have infinite uses. I'll leave it at that for this turn.
These fools are caught up in the sacrifices at hand and cannot see the future ramifications at stake. We must bury them. We must trample the past underfoot and move on.
I'll
Watch and learn.
Let's see where Insta-Death Boy goes. Are you there? Right, so this side.
Fine
Done.
work.
This set of carrying a lot of this combat. We're best off leaving you there and using a simple heal for now. Ingrid right behind him. With Flint. Time to stay there. Right. I'm taking more of a cautious approach.
Predictable.
Ow. See. Can we bail out, bro? Yes, we can. We put you here.
You saved me. Great work.
So if that enemy dies, Bro can just stand there and kill him immediately. Cool. We've almost got everyone in place. Still don't know why she transformed herself though. Let's see if we can find some context for that.
Thanks for that.
This is...
You know what? I actually might need Sylvain. I potentially run him in. That will have to be the best I've got right now. One, two, three. There we go. Now, there should be absolutely no one who can reach him now. What's my heals? Let's do some heals.
Oh, thank you.
Anyone else? No, we need to save those. Come on, Sylvain. I can potentially get you in there to defeat this mook. Let's see if Catherine can. She's got really high stats.
I'll take you down here. A curse upon those damned.
I killed them all already, so he couldn't actually send them all away.
I am prepared.
Well, he didn't die technically, but it's fine.
I may not survive.
Healing focus is such a stupidly good skill.
Well done.
Right, so
Leave it to me.
as long as we don't get into a range, she's not going to immediately attack me. So let's get some units in there. Ready for the final battle of blue. And then we're back to red again, where I get to kill Edelgard again, which I'm not happy about.
I fight.
Yeah, because I can just do this, right?
I'm grateful.
I do have Sylvain. Potentially do something. Not a lot of damage though. That's broke one of his sides. Something. That's a lot of damage. I don't appreciate that. Does that thing not move? No damage. Does it break a barrier if it causes no damage? Can't tell. No, it doesn't. You can stay there, it's fine. You're not bad considering you're still in Swordmaster mode. Alright, so
What's my strategy?
all my main units are ready. So is Flame. That's everyone. Yep, let's go. I will attempt to attack Edelgard next turn. We'll see where we go. Right, so this thing isn't exactly amazingly difficult to kill. I'll move Mercedes up because I'm probably going to need it up there eventually.
You're a big help.
You two can just stay down here and try. Right, and bro, Dimitri, and you. Assist. I don't choose that yet, do I? No. Alright, let's go.
To be changed beyond all recognition. That is what lies at the end of the ideals you serve so diligently. I have no pity for one such as you. If that is the future you hoped for, then you deserve no compassion.
Well, he moved. I'm out of that guy's range now.
Just be careful.
Can't give up yet.
I owe you one.
Right, let's go in. Let's go cause some damage. Crush advantage. It's inconvenient, but let's go. God weapon. Sure.
Next try.
What else we got? Ash. I almost forgot she had advantage. That almost did not end well. Oh. Go. I kind of wanted to give Dimitri the final battle, but if she attacks Bro, she's definitely... Oh, I can.
Thanks.
There you go, bro. Raid bar. Go.
Edelgard. It is
Are you not
over.
going to question how she turned her form into that? Because she does not have the technology to do that. Am I going to end up killing her again? She's not going to accept that. Yep, there it is. Can we stop killing her, please? Game, come on. Bro, literally leading him to his new future. Yeah. Alright. I'm kind of annoyed we had to kill her again, but the final battle was alright.
A rising flame was alight as the flow of time carved a new history for Fodlan. The long reign of the Adrestian Empire finally met its end when the imperial capital, the city of Enbar, collapsed. After 5.5 years of war, a new age was set to begin. With Fodlan united as the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, Archbishop Rhea, still weak from her imprisonment, stepped down from her position.
I
The
forgot
Church of
about it,
Saros
to be fair.
began to take the needed steps to reorganize. Prince Dimitri formally ascended the throne, beginning his reign as the king of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, which now included former Alliance and Imperial territories. Texts from the time claim that the one who guided the king as he sought to create a world free from oppression became the new Archbishop of the Church of Saros.
But he hasn't freed them from oppression. Those who slither still are there. Like, he should know that. Shouldn't he? Or at least question it? I mean, Yellow Boy did.
Is something the matter? You seem lost in thought. didn't know. Though that is a bit of a coincidence. I came here in hopes of finding you. I had a feeling you might be here. Actually, I wanted to speak with you about something. I promised myself I would wait until the war was over. Well?
Well?
Professor, I have feelings for you. Of course, I respect you as a person, and I'll understand if you can't love me back.
Oh, she initiated it.
Still,
That's quite adorable.
I had to tell you. Though my focus has ever been on my duty and training, I cannot deny the feelings that have arisen. My dream is to attain knighthood. But now, I have a new dream to hold tight to.
You can do too as well.
That is to be with you. Always.
Aww.
Oh, is this? I must say, I'm a little inelegant with such matters. Battle is all I know. Are you quite certain? You truly desire to share your life with me. I am so happy. I worried that my feelings would go unrequited. Now that all of that is out in the open, I feel as light as a feather. My love, I swear to stay by your side, always. I swear on the goddess above, and on you, here at my side. You and I together, entering this new age.
It's interesting as well that he's still in god form. He wasn't at the end of Red.
No matter what the future brings,
Interesting.
I will stand by you as your sword, your shield, and your dearest companion. There is nothing that brings me more joy. It truly is all I need in this world. I love you so very much.
That was a nice one.
I'm sorry. I'm overcome. This may take some getting used to.
That was quite a nice one. Is this the credits? Okay. I have to mute this because I keep getting copyright strikes for credit music. Look at that, bro. Ingrid, bro. Bro, Ingrid. Bro, Ingrid. So yeah, that was Blue. A very anticlimactic ending, I suppose. Once all the fighting come to an end, he took a position, knight captain. Also, he became the captain and he became what Geralt was. Alright. We'll go through these. Hanneman. Goal remained unwavering. Change the working of understanding crests. Crestology? Sure. Anna. We've read Adams before. I like Shamias. Gilbert returned to food at third yard. Serving Dimitri when he retired. The young prince, is that the new young prince? Dimitri's kid? Maybe? Catherine? Rhea's position. Oh, that was nice. Blaine. Blaine disappeared, and over time it was all forgotten. See, it basically states that she's an immortal. Cyril. Unable, he left the church. Yeah. Alright, that's cool. After the war, Seth remained at the monastery to rebuild the church. There we go. I got Manuel a decent ending. There we go. Well done, Manuela. Yeah, he supports him. That's fine. I do apologise for not having any music on this, but I'd rather not get copyright striked, I suppose. But alright, let's have a see. Can I put a bit of random music on? I'll just tick off, it's fine. Resumed his post, that's fine. Yep. What else we got? Felix. Revitalize his kingdom's territory. Right-hand man. Shield of Fargus, yep, that's cool. Ooh, Annette and Ash. Ash was knighted and appointed new head of Gaspard, which had no successors. He married Annette. Alright. Oh, that was sweet. Sylvain and Mercedes worked. Yes. Got the amount of effort it took for me to do these. Under his leadership, nobles were persuaded that relics and crests were not necessary. Yes! Well done! Sylvain passed away, succeeded by his oldest child who had no crest. Well done! You're moving up in the world. Dimitri. For his coronation, he spent his life reforming. There we go. The Saviour King. Ingrid, yep. Well done. Oh, that's a nice one. So now that's over. I mean, I've got a review of Blue in the works now because I planned to finish it on this date. Is there any music for this? Sure, that's not copyright. That's the intro music. So anyway, right. I'll do my... can I skip this? I probably can. Right, so Blue. I don't think it's as... I think it's kind of underwhelming in comparison to Yellow. Like, Red had the impact of the final battle, even though it was cut short. Certain parts of Blue were very annoying, like the obligatory death of his father figure to make him to get him out of his rut of darkness. The ending wasn't as explained as I'd have liked. It makes sense that she could turn into that creature because of the technology of those who slither in the dark people. But then he immediately ignored them, and then it said that peace was everywhere, which it most likely wouldn't have been. Because well, if you've gone through this entire journey with me so far, we've played Yellow, so we know what the final enemy's forces are. For example, they have an ability to destroy entire castle towns, which they could have easily done to defeat Dimitri if they wanted to. And they wouldn't have known about it. It didn't mention Rhea at the end either, because this happened in Yellow. We saved her from Edelgard, and then she explained the truth of crests, god weapons, those who slither, and all that sort of stuff. I mean, that didn't happen in Red either. But Red was, from what I believe, forcibly cut short anyway, because it was only 18 chapters. I mean, the sort of episodes. Yeah, chapters. And then, what else we got? No, that's mainly it, really, for like plot points. Characters. There's quite a lot of characters in Blue I did like, but I stole Ingrid last playthrough in Yellow anyway, so I got a good use out of Ingrid then. My next playthrough is going to be basically with everybody and choosing which characters I want to steal. Well, I'm stealing them all, but which ones I'm going to be using. So I want like one from each class sort of thing. Punch, not so much, but I need like an axe unit. I need some flying units. Bernadetta's probably going to be my archer because why not? There's not the greatest amount to choose from, but I think Ignat's is technically better. But I'll use Bernie for this one. There's a couple of characters I'm definitely going to use. I'll steal Lysithea again as my mage, because she's technically the strongest mage in the game. Lyn is going to be my healer. But then I'll steal... Blue's healer, whose name just evades me at this exact moment in time. To be my dancer character. So I'll have that as my emergency healer as well. I'm going to have... What else should I have? I'll have Petra as probably my assassin character, because I'll definitely need one of those. Bro's going to be a mage in this next playthrough. I'm going to play it on hard. I'm still going to play it on casual, because I'd rather not lose all my units. It's kind of annoying. If I wanted to do a challenge run, it would be after all the routes, which I may still do. Off screen, I'm not going to record me doing all that. I'm not playing this on screen 5 times. I'm up to 180 hours already. But that's not a massive problem though. Yeah, the ending I wasn't a huge fan of, because a lot of it didn't make a lot of sense. Bro is an absolute unit. By which I mean Bro in this sense is Dimitri. Because he is way stronger than Edelgard and not Dimitri. Yellow put together. I forgot his name again for a second. Claude, yeah. Stronger than them combined. His res, though, was his weakness, because I suppose he needed one of those. But if I'd have known, and Bro wasn't currently in axe mode, I could have just gave him enough res and grinded him enough res that he'd have been completely invincible. This route also showed that armored units are not amazingly useful, which is a shame considering Edelgard wasn't technically a heavy, which isn't great. Which is why I made her into a flying unit in the first playthrough, because it is an absolute pain in the ass if she wasn't. But I won't have that in the next playthrough. Well, I'll have her for a little bit. But I might just put her in the background for a bit. Or something like that. So yeah, that was my playthrough of Blue. So the next episode you'll see, which I may potentially take a break in, is going to be Red, where I'm going to not ignore supports, but they're just going to go into their own side episodes. You don't have to watch those. They're going to be hours long. I'll do my standard conversations in the area itself, but supports I'm just going to cut out. It'll make it a lot quicker. I have got a lot faster in this game, because this is like episode 30 or 29. And the first playthrough was like 60 episodes or something daft. But that was me learning a lot of the mechanics and all the characters. Because I turned off like battle animations, which I am going to potentially turn back on for the final playthrough. Sometimes it's nice to see all the cool battle animations, even if it makes it a little bit longer, because I'm going to be faster at the game anyway. So the battle animations are not going to be on like grinding missions, because we've seen all those. I've done basically every paralog in the game. So I'm doing all of them off screen anyway. So the next playthrough is just main episodes are going to be just the main story. And a lot of it I can just skip around anyway, but I'm not going to skip it all of it. That's unfair to people who want to watch me play the whatever route it's called. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Something Fallen Snow or something. Because if they want to watch me do that one and not any of the other routes, they won't have a lot of context for anything that's happening, so I can't ignore all the things. I can ignore a hell of a lot of the things, though. But I can't ignore all of it. And then, let's say, 25 episodes I might be able to get it done in. You know, standard episodes, not including supports. Which I'm only doing supports in the first place because of the buffs and because I'm playing it on hard. So I might have to do a little bit of grind, but that ending there, don't hit my microphone, is a lot easier than I thought it'd be. I know I was playing it on easy, and I wasn't amazingly high level. Well, I mean, I did get to 47 or 48 with Dimitri and Bro towards the end. But another thing that potentially I need to watch all the supports for anyway is because I don't know if the supports change from which gender Byleth is. Are they the same as the female one as the male one? Is one question I definitely need to have a check in. You know what, I might even skip, just start. Oh, no, I can't skip the first episode, 2 episodes, can I? And get straight into it. No, I'll start it from the beginning. But what I'll do is I'll release episode like 1, 2, and 3 in one go. Releasing episode 1 of Red when I've already played episode 1 of Red. You could just watch me standardly play episode 1 of Red. I could even just link those, but then you won't have the commentary with the new understanding of contexts and all that. Like at the end there, it says Rhea basically left the church and stuff. I mean, I don't think she would have done that, you know, in her own personality. And she didn't explain any of the problems that happened to, or any of the evils, why she did all the things she did. Yeah, that is my playthrough of Blue. So I'm going to skip. Yes. And now I'll save on this. And that is my nucleus data for the next playthrough.